All right, we are live. It's another snowy day here on the homestead. Gary is making seed pots. I just counted, and we have planted 600 pepper seeds. Now we're working on tomatoes. So far, we've got over 105 because on tomatoes I put more than one seed in a bucket. We probably got around 300 in so far. I say in a bucket, in a pot. So seed starting pot. So yeah, we got close to 300 seeds started so far on the tomatoes, and we'll see how far we get going on plants, how the plants turn out. Didn't quite plant as many pepper seeds as I normally plant, but we did plant a lot. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's a snowy day here today, so we thought, well, we'd hang out with y'all for a little bit. We're doing just various little stuff around the house. And got a couple people in here. Thanks for being in here. Speak up if you'd like. And I'm fixing to make us some hot tea. It's cold today.
Garden to table with Heather Lynn.
Awesome.
Hello, Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Dad put some put some feed out on some benches and stuff. That's why all the birds are out there. Bullfrog Backyard Homestead. Hello.
Hello, Bullfrog. I like that name, Bullfrog Backyard. When I was a kid, a little bitty kid. I know you guys don't believe I was ever a little bitty, but I was at one time. When I was a little bitty kid, I went to a Presbyterian preschool. And one of the songs we sang every day was Bullfrogs and Butterflies. We've both been born again. And so, yeah, I really like that name, Bullfrog. I'm guessing that has nothing to do with your name, but that's what it makes me think of. And I also kind of like to eat bullfrog.
Yeah. Got up to 60 yesterday. Whoa,
oh,
wow.
Man.
Did we even get out of the teens?
Oh, did we hit double digits?
I don't know. It was pretty cold.
If we hit double digits, it was like 10 or 11.
We're 17 right now, it says. But it's 32 now, Heather says. Yep. So Bullfrog, Jeremiah.
Oh, Jeremiah. Well,
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah. Hey, DJ.
DJ's in here.
Yep.
Hello. Cool.
67, 32. 32 would be nice right now.
Yeah. Since it's 17. We made potato soup for supper last night. So Hannah's getting her some for lunch. She just went through. But yeah, it's cold. It was really cold last night when we did chores yesterday evening.
You want some hot tea, babe?
Yeah, I'll take some hot tea. Bengal spice if we got it. And then our neighbors that we trade wood for feed, they came. Icy here, and it's an Icy in North Central Texas. Cool.
Who's in North Central Texas?
Jeremiah. I got family in North Central Texas, in the Cleburne area, and I guess I don't know if that's considered central. Is the Dallas-Fort Worth area considered central? That may be a little still East Texas. Everything's shut down. Yep, and it might be good because
Texans can't drive anyway.
Gary Glade, he's ornery. He's ornery.
Oh.
So Jeremiah, you might understand this. We're originally from Oklahoma, and that Red River rivalry, where they fight over because the Red River is the border, and they finally did establish coordinates and not just the river, because the river, will change course. There used to be quite the rivalry between Oklahoma and Texas because of the river being a changing course to change the boundaries on the state lines there. But now they've actually established boundaries. Oh, Heather Lynn says they won't have a snow day because it's February vacation week this week. Oh. That's cool. Ours will have one in March. It'll be March when they get a week vacation in March. They call it spring break. Well, hello, Mike and Terry, MT Homestead. Yes, we are.
Wow.
We are snuggled in warm. I've got on the electric blanket because I'm always cold. So, yep.
Yesterday, I may slip this in. I had to get close. Huh?
Okay, you have to get close so they can hear you.
Yesterday, at one point, I was working outside. It was 4 degrees, and I was sweating.
Yeah.
When I was splitting firewood.
Yes.
And it was cold. My beard was frozen solid, but I was sweating.
He
I
had
had on enough clothes and was working hard.
Mountain Maple Ranch.
Yeah,
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. We're in Arizona and picked up our auction wins.
All
Hello.
right.
Awesome. Splitting firewood is hard work. Yeah, we couldn't. It was so cold we couldn't get he couldn't get the log splitter to start. So he just needed a little bit of wood, so he split it by hand.
Yeah. Well, hello.
I
Jennifer,
stand
how are you?
in Arkansas. Jennifer's I stand in Arkansas.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, Mountain Maple Ranch. I have you down on my list, but I do not have a name or alias that you like to go by. Some people use an alias when they're on their public platforms, and that's fine and dandy. I'd just like to have something to call you by. Mike or Terry, whichever one's on with MT, says that they wish they were back in Arizona about now.
Why? Because it's 30.
Yeah, they're going to be down there.
Yesterday morning, I was told that the wind chill, at least Discovery, had gotten to 11 below.
Woo! Ola and Mark are Mountain Maple Ranch.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Our new land. Hello. How are you? Is this your first time joining us? I don't have, if not, I don't have you on my list, but welcome. Give us a first name or alias that you like to go by, Our New Land. And I'm guessing that you have new land and you are documenting your journey. That's awesome. Oh, there's Nick.
Hey, Arizona Highway.
Oh, yeah. Nick's saying, you don't want to be here, Terry. It was 10 degrees with 10 inches of snow on the ground. Nick is Arizona Highland Homestead. Sorry, I got tongue-tied.
He's north of Flagstaff.
Yes,
isn't
he is. I think so. Devin, and you're in Oklahoma. Well, welcome, Devin. I don't know if you know this or not. Gary and I are original Okies. Gary's 5th generation. My family's not quite been there that long, but several generation of Okie. I guess maybe on my mama's side probably, but I never think about that. I always track my dad's side. Cool.
Yeah, my mama's side goes probably a few generations further back.
Yeah. Your mama's side goes Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
On both of her sides. I don't know. I know. Well, the Schonfields came in the 1800s on my dad's side, and the Ruscos came in the late 1800s. And then the Bishops and Butlers and Hills had been there for years and years and years. I don't know. So.
That's all.
Got it. So I grew up around Silver City, Devon, which is between Oilton and Manford. And Gary grew up a little bit north and west of Tulsa, and then he moved to the Silver City area when we were teenagers. No more.
Summertime weather for you.
Yeah. So we got our tea with some cream in it, and which from our cow. So
Honey
those of
and cream.
honey and cream. So those of you that don't know, we have a milk cow. Her name is Freedom, And that was her registered name. She had it before we ever Fast Track Freedom is her name.
Yep. They're near Ardmore. Our new land's near
Oh,
Ardmore. We're way down
cool.
south.
Ardmore, you're way down south.
Yep. Cool. Cool. You're not not terribly far from Mike and Terry. I mean, a little ways, but
Gotta check. Nick is teasing you about fishing.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
laughed.
she said later, she said, go right ahead today. And it's 17
Go
degrees and
ice
it's
fishing at
snowing,
the
There's
city lake.
100-foot visibility.
Hey,
right
Rick.
ahead.
Rick's working. Thanks for stopping in, Rick. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in. Rick at La Farm. La Farm is pretty much Rick, and Kimberly. And then I'm so sorry, I forgot your daughter-in-law's name and your grandchildren. Chelsea. There we go. I'm having one of those senior moments.
I remembered him saying it last night. Remember little Rick?
Yeah, I remember it now that you said
We
it.
watched the live
Yep.
last night. We
Yep.
don't always we don't keep up real good.
Well, and it's early enough in our day that we're still working.
but
Mhm.
in the wintertime,
Yep.
we get things done before it gets dark, and especially when it's cold, and we'll get in the house and watch some of you guys' stuff.
Yeah. And days like today, there's Deanna Starr. Hello, Deanna.
Got to practice fishing in all conditions. That's why they invented a canner, Nick. So you don't have to fish in all conditions.
We got great memories. I don't know about that. I think Gary has a better memory than I do.
Some days.
Some days. It depends on the day.
I struggle with recall. Like if I leave something on and gonna come back to it, man, I can't.
It's more,
remember.
his is more of a short term, like
Yeah.
in the last few minutes memory thing. But he has an excuse. He has had some strokes that affect that. So,
But my recall, my bringing it up, reminding myself is not very strong. But if I've seen or done something, I can usually remember it. If I get the right trigger. Not like it used to be. When I was younger, I had almost photographic. And I definitely remember stories very well still. But yeah, that's part of why the Bible is so easy for me to grasp. I'm not grasp, but so easy for me to remember some of it because a lot of it is stories. So I remember the stories. He doesn't have any excuses.
I
Nick
do the
says.
same thing. I do the same thing. That's just like yesterday. This morning I was reading my Bible and it dawned on me that I had told Tiny Tim Posey that I would read a psalm every day and pray it over my life every day for 30 days. And it literally took me going to Psalms and thumbing through the Psalms. And I think I found it. I think it was Psalm 91 before it triggered in my memory. Nick, if you can remember, help me out, buddy. You remember jokes real good too.
Yeah. Oh.
You're right, Nick. He does. He remembers them very well.
They're stories.
Yeah.
They've got a beginning and an end and an object. I can remember stories.
And my mind is so jumbled. I don't know, more ADD brain that I can't remember a story or in the proper order. I always struggled with book reports and stuff because trying to get everything in the proper order because I just kind of have like a whole picture of it in my mind. And then I've got to sort it out of what happened first. And that was really, really difficult. It took me a lot of time to try to, if I have to do something that it's what did you do first, then it's like, oh my gosh, and I got to write it down.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, we really enjoyed the live last night, like the interviews.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting to interview with you again. I know that the last time we did that, it kind of all fell apart, but
Cool.
it is Psalm 91.
It is Psalm 91. Okay, good.
Psalm 91. I'm trying to remember. I should know that one.
It's good. I read it and prayed it this morning, prayed over it this morning, and that's Tim's challenge.
Okay.
And then he wants everybody to say how it in 30 days, how their life was changed, how it impacted their life in 30 days by reading and praying it over your life for 30 days.
I read a psalm, a different psalm every morning, and then pray aspects of it back to God every morning.
Yeah.
That's
basically what
he's doing.
he's.
Oh yeah. That's using my fork too. I'm gonna share something pretty.
We never have a Bible very far from us. Me, it's always on my phone. I have a Bible on my phone, and I listen to scripture a lot while I'm doing things. Hello, Mr. Charles. How are you feeling, sir? You were not feeling well Sunday. I pray you're feeling better.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I had sketched that one.
You thought you'd sketch that one?
But it wasn't Psalm 91. It was Psalm 104.
So he's got a sketch here of Psalm 104. Let's see if I can get it in the angled correctly where the sunlight. Woo, and keep it in the camera. I think the lighting is.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah. He likes to sketch in response. Hey, Michael's here. Hello, Michael. Oh, good. Mr. Charles feeling much better.
Good. Michael from MB?
Yep, MB.
Awesome. Gotta run.
All right. See you later, Rick. Thanks for coming in.
Here.
Yeah, Mr. Charles, I have my blankie on, my electric blankie that I got for Christmas. I wore one out. Gary's parents bought me one last year for Christmas, and I wore it out because I'm always cold. And so our middle daughter, Kay, bought me another one, and
So I've been, something else I've been doing. Out of numbers. I wish I could remember exactly where it's at now. Numbers 9.
So I had a weird thing while he's looking for that. The last 2 days previous, so yesterday and the day before, I have been trying to make mozzarella cheese. I've always had a good luck making mozzarella cheese. And both days, the first day, it ended up being more like ricotta. So I made ricotta. So I just went ahead and put garlic in it and just made like a ricotta, seasoned ricotta. And then, hello, Cindy Brown. And then yesterday's, it never set up. And I ended up putting 2 rennet tablets in it. Never ever set up. So I don't know what happened to my cheese, but it was just I don't know if it's a moisture thing, if moisture can mess with it or not, but I had 2 failures on making cheese, and I should have videoed it.
So in Numbers 6, it's Aaron's benediction, or the blessing that God tells Moses to tell Aaron to speak over the people. It says, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. And so I've been praying that for my family every day. I'm kind of talking back to God. And actually, a couple of mornings, I've actually prayed it over Cindy where she could hear it. And, or shared that blessing with her, I guess. I don't know how you word that right. But.
Oh, my goodness. Spring Meadow Farm says it's so hot they had to turn on the air conditioner. Honey, it is like 17 degrees here.
Yeah, the air conditioner's on here too. Spring Meadow Farm on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, Cindy Brown is new to us, and I am on StreamYard, Terry, so I don't know how to go from StreamYard to make her a mod, or I would. But yeah, I like her name. There's not many of us. I'm seeing more and more of us with our name spelt correctly. I'd always tease my mother. That was my mother always saying that Cindy should be with a Y because Cynthia starts with a Y. So yeah. Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. Yes, it is. It is, Mr. Charles. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what went wrong. Cindy's showing up green for him. Lori Carp. Hello,
Hello.
Lori. Brr. Oh no, you lost water pressure. That's not good. So,
Huh. I worked on a house yesterday, and they said it's an Airbnb. Asked me to put a faucet in the bathroom, see if I could fix it, but I was pretty sure I needed to replace it, so I already had one there. And I turned the water on, and it ran for about really slow for about 2 seconds and shut off completely.
hello, Mr. Al.
So I went and found the homeowners, and I said, I think the water's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
So I got under the house, and their heater was not on. They have a little heater. The water goes through kind of a bad place on the foundation, and they keep a little heater on under there, and it had froze on them. And so what happened, the cattle had gone through there and kicked the electric cord, and somebody plugged it back in. Well, that heater kicks off anytime it's plugged back in. You got to get in there and turn it back on, which I think they need a different kind of heater under there, because that's a bad setup. But anyhow, so I figured that out and got it back on. And by the time I got the faucet replaced, and I had to fix a couple other things, rehung some closet doors and did 2 or 3 things in the house. By the time I got that done, the water was thawed back out. Nothing had busted. And so they had.
I bet that's it, Cindy. Cindy said that if it's super cold, the quality of my rennet really needs to be on point. It's always less forgiving in the cold. I bet that's it. Thank you, Cindy. I did not know that. Thank you. It is the tablets is what I was using. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I figured it had to do with weather because I couldn't figure out anything different that I'd done different.
M&C's in here?
Yeah. Mr. Al is in here.
All right. Good to see you in here, Al. We got 10 folks in here already.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Zany May. Knew I'd written you down, Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. I knew I'd written down your name. I had to find it. Zany May. Oh man, 1/2 inch of sleet yesterday. Getting more today. Thundering too. That was our last snowstorm that we got last week. We had rain and thunder first, just a short period of rain, and then it started hailing, and we got several inches of hail. I think we ended up with, by the time the hail quit and we got the sleet and ice for a little bit, it was like 2 inches of ice, and then got snow on top of that.
We started getting snow right before daylight this morning, and I bet we've got 2 inches on the ground already.
There's Mr. Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hey,
Tiny Tim Posey. Lori, I think we said hi to you, honey. Can't remember. I'm having a little.
Hello, everybody. Oh, there's 12 folks in here.
Awesome. So we're drinking our tea. I downed mine. Ooh. Just have a bone in it.
Oh, yep.
Gary got a bone crosswise. Woo.
You got to drink tea, not breathe tea.
Drown himself. Anyway, so we're discussing what
we're just over 3,000 or around 3,000. We still need.
Yeah, we're just over. We are at 3,152, I think, was this morning.
Need a little less than 900.
Yep, a little less than 900.
Yeah, you guys have been helping a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled us up pretty good.
Yep.
But we are far enough, an old enough channel, and have worked at this long enough that we lose quite a few every day.
Yes. Yeah. One of our most popular videos is 2 years old. And so it loses quite a bit of hours for us every day since it's almost 2 years old.
Al, I hope I missed something. Well, no, I don't hope.
Snow.
Did I miss something? It says you're expecting again.
Snow and
Snow and ice. Okay,
he's talking about the weather.
You guys are older than us. That's scary, man. Ooh, I was fixing to start praying for you, Al.
You're not supposed to inhale it.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, thank you, Cindy Brown. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Goats. They're expecting goats again. Okay. Good deal. That's awesome.
Oh. I would have thought you were through having kids. Well, not goat kids. They're still having kids.
Yep. Yeah. Cindy has a T-shirt that says "My kids are buttheads," and it has little baby goats on it.
I don't have any baby goats anymore,
Hey,
though.
Suburban Homestead, Wyoming,
Hello,
Arizona.
hello, Miss Susie. How are you, Sandy? I don't know why I said the wrong one. Sandy. Hi, Sandy. We'll have our 3-year anniversary. We'll have our 3-year anniversary March 30th, and we're going to have a live and a big celebration. I'm going to start pushing that on the 1st of March. We're going to put a video out talking about what we're giving away, and we would like to meet our watch hours by then. But if we don't, we're still going to do our giveaway and everything just to celebrate our 3-year anniversary. Yeah, Al says he had you going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a big giveaway.
Al, I was just thinking about what that'd be like for us, and it just about peed the floor. Scared me to death.
Well, and the bad thing is that there's lots of people our age still having kids.
Yes, you're right. There are.
There are. He
Lots
likes
of other people.
he likes ours being grown.
I loved raising kids, don't get me wrong. I love my children, and I did some really fun things with them when they were little, and wish I would have done some other things. But
we were young when we had kids.
We were young when the kids were born. When my son was, I was 20 when he was born. So, I'm barely over a teenager.
We grew up together.
Barely over a teenager, had a little boy that we taught all kinds of ornery stuff. And just had a blast with our kids when they were little, teaching them stuff and playing games. And my son, we used to play imaginary baseball in the living room when the weather was bad. And
yeah, I'll be rich. Hello, Miss Jan. Simply Jan Homestead. Did you get the boss straightened out and tell him that he is now the new dishwasher because you're no longer qualified to do dishes?
Great nephew. Yeah.
They are busy at 4. Holy smokes, Miss Cindy.
And we'd gladly do it again if that's what needed to be. If we had that kind of situation like you're talking about or whatever, we would gladly do it.
Yes, we would.
We love kids.
We did foster care for a few years, and taking care of the kids was the easiest part of that. Even though they had gone through some really hard things, and there were some really hard things. Yep.
I think one of our foster kids stalks us on here some too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think?
I think Rooster gets on here.
Oh, does Rooster get on sometimes? Oh, yeah. Well, he'll be a leader or not a follower. The trick is to guide him in that. That is, we didn't do as. Looking back, I see my failures in our headstrong ones. That I just didn't handle it as well as I should have. Just didn't handle it as good as I should have.
The one thing about headstrong kids is that when they're in trouble, they're the ones that let everybody else there instead of somebody else leading them there. They're the one that starts the food fight. They're the one that
Yeah, we had some interesting conversations with school. At school with our children.
Yep.
Except for Hannah. Hannah never got in trouble. I don't think she ever got in trouble for anything. Yeah, they're in their 40s and close to their 40s. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cindy and I are in our 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those weeks this last week that it would have been really cool if I carried a camera with me all the time. Of course, there may have been some things going on in one of those events that YouTube might not have liked the video of.
That is exactly it, Nick, right there. Wish you could consistently give grace to your boys regardless of what mindset I'm in at the moment. That is my biggest regret right there.
Yeah. I was listening to a psychiatrist on a talk show yesterday, 2 psychiatrists on family matters.
Okay.
yesterday, and they were talking about how our brain switches. We use a different part of our brain when we get agitated or when we get aggravated and when we get even scared. And that when we're not showing grace, the thing, when we're not being who we want to be and who we've set out to be, that's because our brain is switched, and that's not who we are. It is out of our character, but the enemy wants us to believe that is who we are. And
when you're in the flight or fight mode, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the things you say and the things you do aren't really who you are, but they're the mistakes you make. And so they were talking about things to do to try to help that. And the first one is to consider how the other person's feeling. It was cake. And the other one is to try to, I forgot.
CAKE.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mr. Roy.
Yeah.
You forgot the
Completely
cake.
lost it.
Cake.
I forgot what the A was. It was like identify but it was an A word. I can't remember what it was. And K was kindness. And then
So compassion.
yeah. And consideration.
Well, okay.
You had to consider what they're going through. Then you had to have, maybe it was apathy for them.
Apathy's
Not
like
apathy.
you don't care at
Not
all.
apathy. Empathy, that's E.
E.
E's empathy. But I can't remember. I've butchered that all to pieces. Sorry, guys. Had some wisdom and it was too much for this brain.
C is consideration. Oh, hi, Jan Homestead. There we go. I think it's because we're a little bit more mature, Cindy. You know, we've learned to control ourselves a little more, like Gary was saying, to calm ourselves down quicker. And we can kind of take a step back. And I think that comes with a little bit of maturity. I hope it does.
I know for us, when our kids were little, we were so young that we felt so much pressure.
Yes.
We felt that we had to get things right, and that everything the kids did was how somebody would judge us by. And and we, you know, we just didn't lighten up very good.
All right. Nick's going to go out and get the snow on the fat bike bicycle, and with 4-inch wide in a few minutes. Got to get ready to go. God bless. See you later, Nick. Be careful. 4-inch wide tires. Okay.
Yeah, cool. I hope you have fun, Nick, riding in the snow. That would be fun.
Tim said his brother always announced what he did, and so he got in trouble a lot. And Tim learned from that, and he learned not to announce what he was doing, which was good and bad. Yep.
Well, my brother announced it sometimes, but he said somebody else did it.
Yeah. There's the big running joke. Yeah, did it. Yeah, did it.
Yeah. I got a brother that's 2 years younger than me that's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best horse trainers in this part of the world. But when he loved to throw me under the bus when we were younger.
Yeah. I think that's just a little sibling.
Yeah. No, this week I was doing some ranch work, and we moved. I moved some equipment. Was going to work on a pen, and the wind was blowing so bad we decided not to work on the pen. So I went to kind of help feed and look for some cows that should have been calving, and we couldn't find one. And we drove all over that pasture and couldn't find her. And it's, you know, you guys have seen us feed in it before, but the moss pasture, it's we can get on a hill and see a lot of it, but there's little draws and gullies in it that doesn't look like they're there till you get there. And there's one little creek draw that runs through it that's brushy.
We just got snow today. It's been cold enough, Miss Jan, that we didn't get any ice this time. Bye, Nick.
And that little creek is brushy. Finally, the boss said she has to be in there. We couldn't find a hole in the fence, and there's only one missing. Usually if they get out, it's going to be more than one missing. And so he said, well, I'll drop you off at this end of this draw and you walk through it, and I'll try to meet you over at the other end, and I'll drive part of this other little corner that you can't see very well, make sure she's not laying down in there. He said, look in the hole's good, because she's probably down in a hole. And I got to walking through there, and a lot of places that little creek bank was kind of straight down and 10 feet down in some places. And I walked over a little point, and sure enough, she was down in a hole. I could see where she had fallen down the bank, slid down the bank, and she had watered around in there. And she was in a hole that there wasn't really a good place for her to walk out, but she banged up her front end and bruised her front end, and she wasn't able to get out of that creek. And so I tried to walk her out, but I couldn't walk her out. And I called the guy that owned them, and he was coming through the gate where he could see me, and I waved at him, and he came over there, and we couldn't, get her up. We couldn't get her up. So finally we went back to where we were working on the pins and got the skid loader, and we drug her out of the creek. We took the skid loader and we changed the slope of the bank so that we had a good ramp to get her out of, and we drug her out of the creek and got her out in the kind of an open but sheltered spot. And we tried to get her up, and I got her feet out from under her, and we just couldn't get her going. So we went and gave her some shots, and in the middle of that, wrestling around with that cow in the mud down in the creek, and here's a 1,200 big old white-faced cow. And I thought, if she finally gets up and takes off, I'm done. She's going to run me smooth over. And it's one of those, so you want to be a cowboy type situations.
Roy said he had a hive getting ready to swarm yesterday, so they were all stirred up, and they got upset and handed him his lunch. He got 20 stings.
Oh man.
Hello, Miss Emma at Sony's Place.
Yeah.
Sonny's,
hello, Emma.
I always say it wrong. I always want to say Sonny, because when we were growing up, that Sonny was a nickname. So Sonny's Place, I can't remember how you pronounce it. I'll have to check it out. Sonny, I think. All right. You have a good day, Michael, and I hope you do good on your virtual academy today.
Yep. See you later, MB.
Yeah, I hope Roy's okay. That would make me pretty sick. 20 bees would probably do me in. Yeah. Jan's happy y'all got her out. Hello, Beth.
We gave her some B12 and some Banamine, and hopefully she does better. She was kind of trying to move around. He's been checking on her the last morning or two and making sure she got what she needs.
Everybody's saying hello to everybody coming in on the chat.
Yeah, Roy, that's too bad you got stung that many times. I hope that you hope that doesn't cause you problems. I know some people it does, and that many is probably going to cause anybody a little problem.
Yeah.
I've been around a few swarms, and not that I'm a bee expert at any means, but usually they're pretty calm when they're swarming. They're the ones I've been around. I mean, they're moving a lot, but they didn't seem to. I've brushed them off with my hand into the box.
Yeah, but when they're getting, I don't know, when they're not swarmed, when they're getting ready,
I don't know.
I would think they'd be on high alert and be agitated.
They might be.
Yeah. Still saying hi. So I need to wait till it warms up. And my rennet for my Miss Cindy, my rennet is a couple years old, getting close to 2 years old. The tablets from when I ordered them. Yeah. Okay. Roy says he's all right, but it's a lesson. Suit up. Yeah, when you're going in.
Yeah.
Hello, Bev. Are y'all out on a snow day, or is it your break, Miss
Beth Finch
Beverly Grant?
And Beverly Graham.
I never say her and Mikey's name right.
Yep. There's Bev and Beth both in here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm bad about just opening up my beehive and looking in and doing things and not wearing a suit. Usually it's while I'm doing other things. Oh, I need to go look at the bees, and I just walk over there and do it. And I have got a good suit that was my grandpa's, a veil. and I just put a veil on. I got some long gauntlet gloves that are made for that, and that's what I put on. I always wear a button down, so.
End of second trimester. Oh, so you got a couple days off.
Cool.
Yeah, their school does trimesters instead of semesters. Instead of 2 semesters, they do 3 trimesters. It's kind of.
Okay. Bullfrog Backyard Jeremiah says that he is getting started with bees.
He's got a beekeeping mentor. Awesome. That is the best way to do it right there.
I do too, and he was here at the house.
He was
talking
here
to
the
me
other day.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't yesterday. It was a few days ago, wasn't
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. It is a whopping 17 degrees outside,
it?
and we're currently getting snow. So the good thing is it was cold enough that when we did start getting moisture, it was in the form of snow, so we don't have any ice.
I guess I'm getting lazy and old. When we're getting snow and it's like that, I don't have anything I need to go do. I haven't told anybody to be anywhere. There's no cattle that have to be taken care of at the moment. I tend to do stuff in the house.
So he's been helping me. He's been rolling paper. He's been making pot.
I've been making these
Seed
little
pots.
pots so that nobody misunderstands what's going on here. I've been making these little pots, and we start our seeds in these.
That reminds me, I need to send Emma that TikTok. She'd get a kick out of it.
Which one?
The one with Darren Knight.
Oh, I ain't never eaten peanut butter crackers again.
Oh my goodness.
After winter, Roy says.
After winter giggle. Oh no. But
Oh,
it's turned into snow. Yeah.
wow. We were so cold yesterday and going into today, it's actually warmer today than it was yesterday, but we're getting the snow today. So
Yeah.
that means we'll just get snow.
Yesterday it was cold.
Yeah. Sandy, I've got a little thing our son had made for us, and
It's kind of like a mortar and pestle thing.
yeah,
But yeah.
but we make pots for starting our plants.
So I counted, we planted we planted right around 600 pepper seeds, and we started on tomato seeds yesterday. So Sandy, know it or not, you gave me like 300 seeds, sister. So I planted them all yesterday. And he's working on getting some more. So I've got the first batch of tomatoes planted, and we've got several more varieties. I went through and kind of just picked through, and
Yeah, that's how it works.
you can't find crackers? Mr. Charles, crackers, if you have flour, crackers are not hard to make at all.
Can't find crackers. Oh, wow, that's bad.
Yeah, they're not hard to make. I will have to do a regular cracker recipe. They're different than like your saltines or whatever, but they're still a good cracker. Bev says they're getting snow up north of us.
Yep.
Oh, they didn't get the ice. They got sleet, freezing, and Tim got 3
Power
inches of
stayed on,
sleet.
good.
Power stayed on. That's always good. Sandy says, awesome.
We do lose power here occasionally, but it is not like places we've lived where there's lots of trees. Not enough trees here to knock the power out very often. There is some, but
All right, Miss Emma, you have fun at that meeting. So I've got
be right back. Have to go into a quick meeting.
Abe Lincoln's left that I'm going to plant. Last year was our first time to try them. Woo. They germinated well, but of course the
He
plants.
says he's going to go through them some more with the suit on.
Yes,
Good.
wear your suit. But of course they got hit, so we didn't see how those. So we're going to try them again this year. We attempt trying new varieties, at least one new variety a year. Usually it ends up being a whole lot of different kinds of varieties of vegetables, so that we can just see if we find more things that we like. And then of course our favorite pink brandy wines. That's a standby. We always got to do those. I planted yesterday red brandy wines from Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Arizona, Wyoming, Arizona, and then Sweeties, which are Sweet 100. Oh, your mama's on here.
My mama?
Yeah, your mama's right there.
Whoa. Thundersleet here in Missouri.
There's mama.
She caught me.
She caught you. You guys are okay. We got to quit telling stories. Mama's in here. You don't want to get Gary in trouble.
Thundersleet. Yeah, we had some thunder snow last week here.
My favorite tomato for making sauces and paste is the San Marzano.
See you later, Roy.
That
Thanks
is
for being
my
in here.
favorite. This one, the San Marzano, and they are an heirloom, and they are so popular that you can get them. These are the little cheap seeds that you get at Walmart for like 10 cents. So you can get
You
them
like
even in the cheap
the-
seeds.
The Amish paste.
The Amish paste is a new variety I'm trying.
Yeah.
Now, use for
2 years ago, really liked them.
for canning. For canning like whole tomatoes or diced tomatoes, I like the Rutgers. That's my favorite. I really like the Jubilees because they're lower in acid. So you got to add citric acid to them, but a little more than you would with another one, other tomatoes. But they make a really nice sweeter. You really got to cook them down though. They've got a lot of moisture in them.
Mom, what's the temperature over there? What's your guys' weather besides sleet? Are you cold or?
See you later, Mr. Roy. Oh, it'll just slow it down. It'll take off later when it warms back up.
Yeah.
Unless it absolutely gets really,
Unless it
really
freezes
cold.
it.
Well, it'll still come. It may kill it off a little bit, but it could come back.
Hi, Mama.
Sandy says, "Hi, Mama." Germination. Oh, yeah. It depends on what point it's at in germination. It may really cause you some problems.
Just so you guys will know.
Gary's mama.
Yeah, just so you guys will know, my mom's very young. I'm in my mid 40s, and she was 2 when I was born.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Thundersleet as well.
Thundersleet as well. Yep.
Yeah. Charles, they're near Fort Leonard Wood, if that means anything to you. I'm sure it does.
And Mac, we got snow. We've got snow, Mr. Mac.
Yeah.
Yes, Jan likes the San Marzano and Amish paste.
They're awesome.
This will be, yeah. So we grew Amish paste 1 year before, and then we tried them last year. So in 20, we grew Amish paste, and they did really, really good. Last year we planted them again, but of course we got hit, so nothing did good. Ah, yeah, Italian, cool. Hello, Leanne. Leanne got some tomatoes from an Amish man that were called Italian tomato. All right, see you later, Sandy. Have fun. Have fun working your art. Oh, the yellow one, the Rutgers. Rutgers. Woo, I gotta get it. Sorry. All right, Rutger. Rutgers. Rutgers tomatoes. That is my favorite, like for canning whole. They're usually pretty. They're from Germany originally. They originated out of Germany, developed in Germany. That's my favorite one for canning like whole tomatoes or diced tomatoes. Oh, hello too. Leanne says hello, by the way. Yeah, your mom was 18.
18. You're a degree warmer than we are.
Yep.
A degree warmer. Yeah. We got cold yesterday. We had a wind chill at daylight, 11 below. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 degrees actual temperature when we were out getting wood ready. And I spent most of my day working inside a house for somebody. I kind of wished I had some of that today, but I will.
You're working in the house for me.
Yeah, I'm making stuff for my wife, helping with the tomato plants.
It's actually for us. But
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our part of our small farming operation is starting all these plants. We do pretty good selling plants and plant our own stuff, and so that's an important part. Guys, my mom's in here, and my mom and dad are. This whole mess is their fault. I'm gonna blame them.
Yeah.
They've always gardened and raised animals and taught us a lot of that. And even when Cindy and I got married, they helped us through some of that. And definitely who we call when sometimes when we don't understand what needs to do with animals. We have a heifer, listen closely.
Hoping she doesn't drop a calf in the sleep.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't either.
I already have 2 bottle calves in the barn.
Oh man.
You need freedom. A loner.
They did have a
mama cow.
Zeke had a heifer or a cow they were milking, or they were using to feed calves. They weren't milking her; they were using her to nurse calf. But her bag went bad on.
Oh
them.
no!
Remember that?
Yeah. Jan says they're having a heat wave. It's 21
degrees. But
okay, see you later, Tim.
My mom and dad, my dad in the garden the last few years has planted sweet potatoes in amongst his squash. And it really is helping the squash bugs.
Yep.
And they live in Missouri, where if a bug can live anywhere, it can live in Missouri.
Yes.
And bugs are healthy and big there. And so they...
Hello.
That sweet potatoes has really helped his squash bug problem.
Hello, Evelyn Newman. Thanks for coming in. And
thanks, Bullfrog.
Jeremiah has got to go. See you later, Jeremiah. He's got to hop. So...
thanks for being in here. Appreciate it. We're just talking about nothing, really.
Yeah, just whatever.
Kind of whatever.
Planting seeds.
Mom and Dad are trying to keep heifers from calving in this stuff. Guy that I help feed and work for some, he's calving in some of this too. Mostly cows and that know what they're doing, but been a fight.
Oh, yawn.
Lives make me yawn.
He gets to yawning whenever we have a live.
It's sitting in one spot and talking.
I think so.
That makes me yawn.
But so we've been doing good, busy, keeping busy, working hard. Oh, it's 12 degrees up there.
It's 17 here, Beth. I don't think we can help you out much.
So yeah, just getting ready to plant stuff. Time to do jumping jacks. That's what Leanne says to keep her from going to sleep. It's a little late for breakfast. It's time for lunch, Mac. The sheep are doing good. They're growing like weeds. I'll have to do a video and show everybody the animals. We haven't shown the animals in a little while. We did have tragedy. We did lose some chickens in this last round of cold. It's just not been good. Running outside to put clothes on the line. They'd freeze dry here, but that's pretty cool. Take care. I don't know, Jan. Somehow they deter them. Oh, we're on the big screen. Hello, Miss Patty. Oh, you just made some sourdough pancakes. Yum. That sounds good, Leanne. Gary made some sourdough crackers, but he got sidetracked, and so they got a little burned. Yeah, we tried it last year, but we don't know how successful it was since everything died, Deanna.
What was it?
The sweet potato trick and squash trick. Yeah, we're going to give it a go again this year. Yeah.
Worked for Dad.
It works for them, so we're going to give it a go. Patty says Mac has us on the big screen.
All right. We're big stars. We're on the
Oh, Bev says that she and Mikey are using our chicken for lunch.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yep. That chicken is like, this is not like anything you've bought in the store.
So,
Yep. Well, if Southern Blessed has got us on the big screen, we must have hit the big time.
we did. We hit the big time.
Wow, we're something special.
So I still have beef steaks to start as well. I'll get that camera angle right. And the San Marzanos, the Sweeties, the Rutgers, Abe Lincolns, the Brandywines, the yellow pears. I got to grow Miss Ruby's yellow pears for her.
Evelyn Newman says 44 there.
44. Holy moly. Evelyn will send us some heat.
Mike
Thank
is
you.
out of town.
Oh no. But he made it for lunch yesterday also. That's the nice thing about those chickens, with it just being,
Did they get a whole one? or-
they got a whole chicken, one of the smaller ones. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember what they got.
Yeah, they got a whole chicken. So it'll feed them a couple days.
Remember they got chicken off of you Saturday.
Yep, they did.
Yeah. You know, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
Something about
Yeah.
being special. Yeah, I'm special, all right. My mom's in here. She's always told me I was special.
Up to 35, better than 23 yesterday. I agree, Mr. Charles.
Yes, they've done that in our garden too.
Yep.
Those yellow pears, they're so prolific, and but they're an amazing eating tomato. They're like the best salad tomato. You get some sweet 100s and some of those, and mix them together.
We've got a lady at the farmer's market that's all she wants to buy is those little bitty yellow pear tomatoes.
Yep.
That's it. She doesn't want the big yellow ones. She wants those little ones.
Yeah, and I think it's the same lady. She'll buy a little bag full of them off of us, and then walk around the rest of the stands eating them. While she's just like eating candy.
Oh, Mike made broth too. Good,
Yeah,
good,
cool.
good.
Cool. With all the fat on those chickens, I think they make really good
Mhm.
broth.
They do. They do. Make really good broth. You got your water? Can I have a drink of your water? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Sorry.
Your elbow hurting you again? I'm sorry.
Old and beat up.
Happens when you work hard. You wear out. So not a whole lot going on today. I think I'm going to make tortillas later. And I don't know. I'll warm us up some soup for lunch for sure.
Hannah already did that.
Yeah.
She already warmed her up some soup.
Oh, Terry, are you feeling okay, honey? Feeling better? Yellow bell. I could see him being a bell. Yeah.
We like the yellow pear tomatoes. Yeah, I've had a few of those chocolate cherries.
Yeah, they're good.
They're
Good.
good.
We just haven't ever raised them.
I've done the grape tomatoes too, and those are nice.
Which Sandy sent us some grape tomatoes, so we're gonna
Uh-huh.
give them a try this year. See how they go.
Used to have a guy that I hunted beagles with some, and lived not too far from us, and we traded chickens and rabbits and
Yeah.
stuff. But when he was gone on vacation and stuff, I'd go feed his dogs and stuff for him, and he had, his animals and his horses and stuff down by the barn. Then he had a dog in the yard. Well, right at the corner of the yard, his wife always planted one grape tomato in a tire, basically, and right by that gate. And man, I'd pick that thing clean when I walked by there, back and forth feeding that dog. William Neal's place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'd eat those grape tomatoes just by the handful as I walked by there. That's where I first saw grape tomatoes. They were good. And
My mom and granny grew them sometimes.
did they?
Yeah, when I was little. My grandmother and granddaddy, they mainly just like a celebrity type, that nice round globe. It's pretty much all I saw them. Yeah.
Grape tomatoes, they're so good. Yep.
Yep, tortillas it is. Well, if you saw on our video, we have to beat on our oven to get it to light.
It works fine. There's a little actuator that when it's got an electric ignition, and when it gets hot enough, it kicks an actuator on that gives it gas, and I guess the actuator's got a little war spot in it, and it doesn't kick on sometimes, getting to be more and more often. I'm gonna have to do something about it. But so we just enter it in there and tap it, and if it's heated long enough and everything, tap it once and it kicks right on.
Oh, Mr. Charles is going to have to go out and see if his car will start and see if he can open the door.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Charles, be careful. Don't fall out there. Yeah, got to make some tortillas today. We like tortillas. We eat quite a bit of them, and they're good. They're easy to make. I saw you working on your oven and well, our problem is we can't. It doesn't have a brand name on our oven.
Your son in his truck.
It's beat on it.
Is his fuel pump out or is his starter out? Because I've had to whack both those to make them work.
Yeah, so we'll get the part at some point. Yeah, just trying to figure out how to order the part.
Yeah, there's like no brand name on our oven whatsoever. Like, not even, there's a little manufacturer's tag and it doesn't have a brand name on it. It's just got some numbers and some dates, and it's like, what in the world?
Yeah.
But anyways, it's been a good oven.
Yeah.
Like it. And I may just have to take the actuator off at some point and take it to somebody and say, figure out how to order me this part.
Deanna says it was his starter.
His starter, yep. Yeah, a lot of times you can whack those and make them do what they need to do.
Leanne's trying to edit a video. It's in slow cooker butter beef. That's why I'm just listening. That's okay, Leanne. Thanks for listening. Cool. That sounds good.
Some fancy electric. Ours is a little fancier than I would like, but electric ignition is nice because you don't have to worry about pilot lights blowing out. But it is a propane stove. Not only is it a propane stove, but the top, if there's not electric for the electric igniter, you can turn it on and light it with a lighter. I don't know that the oven does that, but the stovetop will.
Right.
So even if there's no power, we've got a stovetop.
Yeah.
And I think I could probably get the bottom to do it if I fiddled with it, but.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how old it is or anything. It's
was in this trailer house.
Yeah, when we bought it, it came in the house, and so did the refrigerator. But
the refrigerator didn't work.
But
and Cindy got to messing with it, and the mice had built
a nest
in the fan cage. And so she cleaned all that out. And did we oil that fan shaft or something?
Yes, you oiled the fan shaft. And then I had to also run a wire down the drain tube in the back.
Hang out the drain tube, and she got it working.
Yeah, because it was filling water. So if your refrigerator starts getting water puddling in the bottom of the refrigerator part, it's actually the tube that runs down the back of the freezer for the defroster on the freezer, and that tube is clogged up. And you have to take some parts off in the back of the freezer and get that unclogged, but it can be done. So yeah, Mr. Charles, that's what we've got. We've got the electric ignition, but we've got propane burners.
Yeah, Patty, that is nice. One thing that concerns me about our setup here is I don't have a real heater in this house without electric. I mean, it's a propane central furnace, but something's got to run the fan and everything. Yeah. And I want to fix that at some point to where we will have heat if something goes out. But it's nice that, and we have gone without electricity a time or two, and I have just got the stove going, the cook stove, and it's heated up the living room and kitchen, which is a little bitty trailer house. So that's not a very big space, and it's heated it up enough that it was livable.
Yeah.
And we have used that before when we needed to. And as long as we've got propane. But yeah, I think that's sometimes people don't think about what happens when you're out of electricity. And I'm not just talking about end of the world kind of.
Right, but just like.
But just, bad storms and things happen, electric goes out. And last year we saw the rolling blackouts to try to conserve energy. And man, you got to have some way of doing things without it.
Oh, Jan hadn't had a refrigerator for a month waiting for the part. We got the part and they were supposed to come today, but rescheduled for next Friday. Oh man,
no.
Jan, I'm so sorry. Been using a lot of ice chests, haven't you? Goodness. That's tough to be without a refrigerator, but you can put stuff in a cool spot. I mean, like if you got plenty of coolness to keep stuff to at least today.
A lot of times you can set stuff in a window behind the curtain and keep stuff cool like today. But Jan, if you keep getting Kevin to do the dishes, things between you two might be so cold that it'll keep everything cool.
Wow. He's ornery.
Oh, me.
He's mean. I'm sorry, Jan. He's a meanie. Meaner. That's what the kids used to say. You meaner. But out of a cooler, yep.
Several hours.
And breakfast now. That's okay. That's okay. You can have breakfast now. That just means you can skip a meal, right?
No.
You just, well, yeah. If they have breakfast now, then she's only got to cook supper, or Matt cooks supper, and then they're done for the day.
No, you gotta get first breakfast and second breakfast and lunch and tea time and supper and late night snack.
She says the boss is qualified. Oh, me. So I wonder, like different areas of the country that calling it a cooler and calling it an ice chest. I wonder how that come about.
I don't know.
In Oklahoma, we grew up, it was an ice chest. Now people call it, other parts of the world. We went to Wyoming, they called it a cooler. I think they call it a cooler here too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just always an ice chest.
Here.
You're a hobbit, Gary. Yes, he is. Cindy's right and Gary's wrong. Yeah. See, Patty says that. Patty says that I'm right.
I already knew that.
Gary and Kevin think with their stomachs. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I could do the hobbit thing pretty easy. We've always joked about that and eating like hobbits. And
yep.
And I read that book when I was in grade school, and that was my favorite part of the book, that they ate 6 meals a day. As a 9, 10, 12-year-old boy, they got to eat 6 meals a day.
Your poor mom trying to feed you boys was a nightmare. I remember her trying to keep you guys fed. Teenage boys eat a lot.
Especially teenage boys that work hard. Stay busy.
Hollow legs. Got to fill up their hollow legs. Yep. We've been on here an hour and almost 10 minutes.
Yep.
I guess we better get going and go get us some lunch, huh?
Yep.
Thank you guys for joining us.
I want to read something.
Oh, he wants to read something.
Instead of doing our normal clothes.
He's going to read this instead of doing our normal clothes. Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it's still going. Yeah, it's still going. We got a phone call, so it kind of messed everything up for us.
Go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm supposed to keep talking for a minute.
Oh,
so I don't know what I'm going to say, but yeah, there was a phone call coming in from Wyoming, something about probably needing to renew my
about your car's
extended warranty. Oh yeah, used to be able to. You remember those Bigfoot pizzas that Pizza Hut had way back in the 90s? We would get one of those, a family order of breadsticks, and I'd get a little side salad. and a little side salad. And I'd eat the little side salad and a couple of breadsticks and a couple of pieces of pizza. And he would eat the rest of the breadsticks and the rest of that pizza all by himself.
And sometimes a bag of chips.
And a bag of chips and a whole 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
He could put away the groceries.
I did a lot of work.
You did. You worked hard.
Very physical. Yep.
Yep.
Well, guys, we've enjoyed our time
Yes.
here with you. Thank you for being with us. And we, we'll often say God bless you or remind you of God's love for you. But I want to read a blessing over you today. May the Lord bless you and keep you. And the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. Thank you guys for being here with us.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Be blessed.